What is up, guys, and welcome into the Rams house. Obviously, I'm going to be reacting to the game that just was played versus the Rams versus the Packers. This was a very important game in the NFC to really figure out the seeding and kind of shake that down, but also for the Rams because I do believe that they were the more desperate team in this game. They had just been coming off of 2 losses in a bye week to figure out how those losses came about and how to adjust and change the things. And we have just lost our third straight, something that does not happen very commonly under Sean McVay. It's very interesting to see the way this team has been performing lately because it just does not really suit the Rams, and even some of the offensive schemes and the way we have been playing lately just really does not feel like the Los Angeles Rams. And just to be honest, we really did deserve to lose today. We did not play up to caliber like we were supposed to, and the offense was looking abysmal today. We were not scheming things up right, and it was all around just a very, very bad game. I mean, we were overall in the scoring department, we were pretty close throughout the game and everything like that. But to me, it really did not feel that close, and it felt like the Rodgers-led Packers on the offensive side were really more in control. They really knew what they were doing more. In my opinion, it just seemed like they were more of a sound group, a more cohesive group, more comfortable and everything like that, and they had things clicking today. And so this Rams loss is very, very, I don't know, it feels really bad in a lot of ways just because this is our third straight loss, and it seems like some things can be changed that have been needing to be changed over the last couple losses that we can't. And to be honest, guys, we really have not been beaten a ton of top tier talent this year, and we have not beaten a lot of top tier teams. I know we beat the Bucks and the Colts, which those are top. Those are definitely top teams right there. But we really have not been playing up to the caliber we need to if we want to go and win the Super Bowl. Today's game was just another reflection of that. I feel like our offense, just as a group, was really, really out of sync. I think that we were just not on the same page. I think everything, it wasn't as bad as the 49ers game, but it did remind me a bit of that as far as the offensive struggles and getting on the same page, some of the drops. Stafford was not placing the ball in the best places. I know he had that great touchdown pass to Darrell Henderson, but to me, overall, it seemed like Stafford was off. I know that there were reports that he's been playing through injuries, like the back injury, and he's been playing through something on his elbow, I think it was, and his ankle. So he's definitely a tough guy, but there were some throws there where he just completely missed guys, and he was not putting it in the places that we've known him to put it in. And so it just seemed like our whole offensive unit was just not really flowing the way that it should be, and that's kind of concerning. We need to get these things figured out, whether it was Robert Woods getting injured and making our offense really just not flow the way it's normally supposed to and the way that we're trying to draw it up. But you still have to find a way past that Robert Woods injury. We still have star players on this team, and we still have Odell Beckham. We still have Cooper Kupp, who's a top receiver. Van Jefferson's a very underrated guy. Tyler Higbee. We have the pieces on the offensive side. On the defensive side, that's also what's been frustrating me as well, because we have Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, A'Shawn Robinson on the same defensive line right now, and we're still getting pressure here and there, but I still feel like it's not up to the caliber. I think the scheme Raheem Morris is running right now is not the best. It's not all on him, but I do think that there are some areas that are on Raheem Morris. I think that putting Troy Reader on Devontae Adams is not a good idea. He's beating Ramsey on a few plays, so putting Troy Reader on Devontae Adams to cover him is not the smartest idea. I just think that this was one of those losses that, yeah, the score seems closer, but to me it felt like we were 2 scores behind a lot of the game. Those 2 deep touchdown passes were really, really cool to watch, and they're fun to watch and everything, but I think the consistency on the offensive side of the ball needs to be there. I want to see longer drives. I was glad that we were sticking to the run a little bit more today. I do prefer Sony Michel as the starting back over Henderson. That's just the way that I am. But to me, I liked how we stuck to the run a little bit more and then used some of the play actions. That's how our offense tends to run on the Rams. And so seeing us go to the run a little bit more was fun to see, and it was good to see. But we need to convert those third downs. We need to be more consistent in getting down the field. If you look at what the Packers were doing, I know there were some drives there where we were stopping them and they're punting and everything, But what the Packers were doing, they were playing really smart football, and they were getting down the field methodically, and they would get big plays here and there to complement it. And they just looked like a very, very well run unit on the offensive side to get down the field. And they're playing a field position game as well, with the punts going inside of the one and having great punts. Johnny Hekker was having a bad day today, so we need to have our offense replicate a little bit more like what the Packers were doing. I think that we have the players to do it with Odell on there, Cooper Kupp, or not Robert Woods because he's injured, Van Jefferson, Tyler Higbee. I do think Stafford can be playing better than he has of late. Again, I know he's playing through injury, but I really think that we need to expect higher level of play since we've traded for him. And it was just an all-around a bad game for the Rams. And again, seeing that for 3 straight games is hard to watch, especially for the Rams, because I know with Sean McVay, we've been blessed with him. We don't usually see 3 straight losses, but we are seeing that now that things definitely need to be changed. I'm a little concerned that after having a bye week, we did adjust a little bit, but it still feels like there's a lot of change needed, a lot of adjustments and roster moves to be made. And so it was just an overall very frustrating game for me to watch. I'm sure it was for you as well. And at this point, I'm definitely counting the Rams out for that number 1 seed. This was a game that we needed to win to make sure we were still in that running and really give ourselves a favor by winning this game. And now I'm counting on that 5th seed and maybe the 4th seed. And I'm cool with that for now. I think the main thing for me is not focusing on getting a number 1 seed or a higher seed. I think for me, what I want these Rams to do is go on and adjust and see the change that they need to make on the offense to become more consistent, more balanced, and be able to be a threat like we were the first half of the season. And looking on the defensive side, seeing the pieces we have around and making our defense ferocious and scary. Because if we can get teams off the field and not making them dominate the time of possession by 20 minutes each game, if we can get them off the field and make sure that we're getting 3 and outs and doing our offense a favor getting there, and our offense has these really balanced, well-run drives, our defense gets the rest, it's going to complement, and that makes a Super Bowl team. Right now, we are inconsistent on both the offense and the defense, and the special teams is terrible. And so we need to address this. We need to change it because we are running out of time in the season. I am sure we can still get in the playoffs. I'm pretty locked on that right now. And we just need to focus on making sure we make those adjustments so come playoff time, the continuity is down, and we have the things figured out well enough so that we don't keep getting embarrassed. But let me know what you think, guys, down below. Just wanted to do a quick live version with you guys. This was not a fun one to watch at all, and I'm hoping for a better game next week. We are playing the Jaguars, so that should be an easy win, but you know in the NFL, any teams can make those big surprising wins. We've seen it this year a lot. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully we get on the right track and don't go 4 straight losses next week. Let me know what you think down below, though. I hope you guys have a great day. Horns up and God bless.